Dr. Canterbury, thank you so much for joining us. Such good, important information we want to get out to everybody. Let's start with the kids. How do you keep them safe in this kind of heat? Because they don't want to stop and drink and take a rest.
Maria, Paul, thank you so much for having me on. You're right, it is important. Adults, we kind of know we need to stop, we need to drink, we need to find shade. Kids really don't have that perception of how hot it is. They know that they're having fun, and that's what they want to keep doing. My suggestion is always just to have water handy, have some type of fluid, and just encourage them to drink. We always keep bottles like this around my house to make sure that the kids have more than enough to drink.
And doctor, the best practices for adults might not work with kids, so explain the differences between trying to keep an adult cool versus a kid cool.
Some of it is the same. You definitely want to avoid the heat of the day. You want to find the shade as much as possible. But kids tend to get dehydrated a little more quickly. They tend to take on the heat a little more. It's because their bodies are proportioned differently. They're not just little adults. So we definitely want them to play in the shade more. We definitely want them playing outside, but in the shade and not in the heat of the day.
Aside from the kids telling us maybe that they don't feel, what are the 2 or 3 kind of top signs that kids may be getting overheated?
What we typically look for are any signs of dehydration, like you mentioned, maybe weakness, complaining about a headache or cramping, or just not up to their usual activity level.
And doctor, does heat exhaustion happen quicker in adults than children, or what's the timing?
It depends on the exertion level and the age of the patient, or excuse me, the person. With older adults, it can happen as quickly as in children, but healthy adults, it tends to happen a little less quickly.
It's so important. Just pay attention. We appreciate such good information. Dr. Bryan Canterbury, we appreciate your time this morning.
Yeah.